It was early enough on a Saturday morning that we were all snuggled in close on the couch. It was one of those beautiful, crisp mornings where I had my coffee. Yes, it was in my Ray Dunn mug, probably my Create mug, since that's my favorite one for Saturdays. The four littles, they were snuggled in their blankies next to me and holding tight onto their stuffies. On the TV, every half hour or so, a new Pete the Cat episode would start. And I began to just think about the weekend ahead of me. Usually I write for myself on the weekends and write during the week for clients. So I was really just thinking about all the things that I needed to write for myself this weekend. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought, I could just really soak in this moment until probably maybe noon or somebody gets hungry again. Until suddenly it felt like all of a sudden I was called out from the crowd by this little blue cat who said, "Hey, get to it." And over the next several minutes, those four littles who were snuggled in tight to their blankies and their stuffies had to indulge me as I replayed, wrote down the lyrics, and eventually added Pete the Cat's Begin to Begin to my You Got This playlist. Because what happened is when I heard it, it sparked in me what I've now developed as my Beat the Block framework for overcoming writer's block. And today I'm going to give all of it to you so that you never again have to feel stuck because of writer's block. Hey, my name is Racheal Blackmore, and I believe in you more than you know. As a writer, you have a gift, a purpose, but most of all, you have a choice to up-level your skills and share your gift with the world, and in doing so, make an enormous impact on your family and future. The choice starts now. This is the WriterpreneuHER podcast. I've been a professional writer in some capacity and a marketer for over a decade. I can count on one hand during that time a situation where I have pushed the deadline out past the original planned due date. But that's for clients. And when it comes to my own writing, I come up with every reason to do it later. And that is kind of like, if at all. It could be simple like a blog post. It can be an email. Maybe I want to write an ebook. I had an idea for something short and sweet, a social media caption. It really doesn't matter. When I sat down, I would stare at the blank page and I'd think of all the other things I quote unquote should do instead. Like, I really should clean those cupboards. I really should dust behind the fridge. I really should color coordinate the cans in the pantry. Yeah, quote unquote, should do instead. But after years of talking with other writers and networking, I learned I'm not alone in this. This is something that is hard. And the thing is, when I was in different writers groups and I would talk to different groups of writers, I saw all the time where people, brilliant creatives, were like searching in couch cushions for spare change just to buy a handful of groceries or whatever they needed that week. And I really get it because I was one of them years ago. I understand that this is something that needs to be overcome. And the good news is it can be. But why are so many brilliant writers stuck in not being able to get the clients that they should get, not getting the notoriety that they should get, not sharing their message in the way that they should share their message to make a big impact? I believe it's because most of us are terrible at writing our own copy, our own emails, our own scripts, our own chapters, our own things that would leave us more vulnerable. We sit down and it's like, boom, writer's block sets in and it feels like the weight of the world. So when we're sitting in that moment and we're carrying all that weight on our shoulders and we're staring at the blank page and we begin to think of all the other things that we could do that would be easier and we could check off the list and say, look what I got done today. we move on to do those other things, and we leave behind the one thing that could move the needle for us as professional writers. So on that Saturday morning, as Pete the cat's older brother Bob sings about Pete's struggle in writing his new song, I felt like I had an anthem to my writer's journey. And so I'm going to share it with you, but I'm not going to sing it because I want you to stick with me. And I know that that would not go well. So I'm going to tell you the lyrics to the song, and it might be impactful for you also. And then after we're done chatting, you can go listen to the song because it's a catchy little tune and it's fun to listen to. Okay, so the lyrics are, I know it feels like a mountain that is just too high to climb, but if you take that first little step, you'll reach the top in time. Don't waste another second. Take a step and dive right in. Now is the perfect moment. You've got to begin to begin. You were running around in circles over and over again. Thought your hopes were finished, but you still had to begin to begin. Don't worry about what you haven't done and just begin to begin. Right? Tell me you didn't just feel that. I mean, that's like, I know it's my writer's journey. I know that there's so many others. I don't know if it's yours or not. Tag me on Instagram and let me know. But that was so impactful to me. So how did I take those lyrics from Bob and bring it into a concept that really was something that I could take action on? I worked through my Beat the Block framework and developed 5 strategies that gets me out of that situation every time, overcomes it every time. It's not something I struggle with anymore. So I know that if you also take these 5 strategies and you use my Beat the Block framework, this is something that you don't have to be afraid of anymore. You don't have to be intimidated by, and you don't have to feel like every time you sit down to write your own stuff, it's the weight of the world and that everything feels hard. So my 5-step Beat the Block framework is strategy number 1, write what you know. Now, hear me out. Writer's fatigue is, I believe, really just uncertainty. It's not being clear. It doesn't matter if you're writing fiction, nonfiction, sales, copy, scripting, it's all the same. If you feel fatigued, you feel foggy, and it's because you're lacking clarity. So, where there's uncertainty, there's a natural block. And the way to combat writer's block is to do the opposite of what you might think. It is not to research more, at least not yet. Of course, research is important, but not in this moment. It's to write everything you do know. Get your creative juices flowing, gain momentum, build confidence, start free writing anything that you know, anything you feel good about, anything that you're confident about. It doesn't have to be for very long. Take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes, take as long as you need. But with every word that fills that white space in front of you, you'll begin to gain clarity. Your brain will find the solutions that you need. And when you go back to the piece that you were working on that you had gotten stuck at, you'll feel more confident, more clear to be able to move forward in it. Strategy number 2, establish a deadline. Let's be real with each other here. We're better with deadlines. It takes as long as it takes. If you say something's going to take 2 hours, it's going to take 2 hours. If you decide it's going to take 1 hour, it's going to take 1 hour. Just recently with my kids, instead of saying, okay, kids, we're going to do a room by room reset, which we do twice a day, I said, let's play a game. Let's play Beat the Clock. And let's see if we can get everything from top to bottom beautiful, organized, cleaned, vacuumed, everything in the whole house in 1 hour. If you do it, here's your prize. Instead of it taking the better part of the entire morning on a weekend to reset the entire house, it took, guess what? 1 hour, because we set it and we decided this is what we need to do in this amount of time. It works. So set yourself a deadline. If a client hires you to complete a script for them, let's say it's a 7-day turnaround, you're going to prioritize it because the alternative is losing that client. That's not something that you're going to do. So it's time to take your own projects that seriously too, and give your brain a deadline to know, here's what I need to do in this amount of time. It's not an infinite amount of time because it takes as long as it takes. So if you need to write a nurture email sequence for everyone who signed up for your lead magnet, you create a deadline for yourself and you tell someone, right? So it was like, we didn't just say an hour for beat the clock. We set an hour and we set the alarm. So your alarm is a friend or a trusted partner. And if you don't have one, stop in the WriterpreneuHER community and find one. There's a ton of women in there that will be your accountability and be able to help you through this. You've got to take your deadline seriously, and you've got to take it as seriously, if not more seriously, than you would your client's work. Strategy number 3, remove yourself. Sometimes it's as simple as taking a walk. Go stand in the shower. Go make some lunch. Step away both mentally and physically. Now, this is not procrastinating like you would before. You're not color coding the cans in the pantry. You are letting your mind rest and you're letting your mind roam. You're giving your brain space, and that space will be filled with brilliance and creativity and a clear path for you so that when you go back, you know which direction you're headed. Now, when you do this, give yourself grace because the truth is we all get stuck sometimes. So if you need to take the afternoon off, take the afternoon off. If you need a 20-minute shower, go stand in the shower for 20 minutes. Just give yourself the grace to let it happen. And remember, don't get so caught up in I'm going to be stuck in this moment forever, because the truth is you won't. You're capable of moving past this and you're going to create something impactful and extraordinary, and it's going to be okay. Strategy number 4, gain perspective. Often what we need when we're stuck as a writer is just a different perspective. The fastest way to do this is to either record your voice on your phone and do it as if you're talking to somebody about the project that you're working on, or talk to somebody about the project that you're working on. And you can do that in the WriterpreneuHER community also. So again, let's say you're writing that email sequence. If I'm writing it, I might talk about the lead magnet that it's going to come after. I might talk about the audience. I might talk to myself or somebody about the targeting, about the length of the emails, the ideas for the content, the purpose of each, what loops I'm going to leave open, what loops I'm going to close. And after talking through all of that, and having a fresh perspective, either from hearing my own words so that my brain can come up with that fresh perspective, or hearing from someone else their thoughts on it, I'm going to know that I can come back to what I was writing and feel that freshness again. And what's great about this is if you do record it, you have the confidence of knowing if you get stuck again, just go listen to the recording for that direction so that you can pick up where you left off. Strategy number 5, do it. This may be the most frustrating of them all, but it's the most important. You've got to do it, right? Just write. Just begin to begin. And not only write and not only begin, but finish. Because here's the thing. Who cares if the draft is awful? Keep that one for yourself. Give another draft a go. It's okay. No pressure. The important thing is you have a foundation to build on next time when you sit down and work on the project. The secret to getting better as a skilled writer is in the finishing. Finish the project. Finish what you start. It's that last mile where most of the growth, most of the clarity happens. And remember, as a writer, you have the power to create change, to bring awareness, and to impact lives. It's such an amazing opportunity. And if you need support on that writer's journey, I've got you. Join the WriterpreneuHER Get Paid to Write mini course. And for right now, for a limited time, you're doing it for a $1 sponsorship or donation, which means another woman who wants to get paid to write will be allowed into that course because of the dollar that you donated. It's a 100% pay it forward offer, and I'm really excited about it because I put together the course for who I was years ago, what I needed, those 5 game-changing strategies that took me from where I was to where I am today. It will help you to understand the fastest way to up-level your skills as a writer, how to get over the fears as a writer and imposter syndrome, what you need to do today to become known in the industry, where to find clients and attract those opportunities to get paid to write, and what to do so you avoid the burnout and you don't deal with writer's block. It's really, really an exciting and amazing program, and I'd love to have you in it. And I would also love to give another woman the opportunity to get paid to write because of your $1 sponsorship. So you can click the link in the episode description here or go to WriterpreneuHER.com for more information. And hey, if you've been at this a while and you feel like you're stuck in the struggle, you're maybe juggling being a parent, juggling a side hustle, juggling building your fempire, just all of what is involved in that. Or you're really going through very tough stuff right now, I want you to please listen to me when I say, today is not the day you quit because you're a writer. You're one of the bravest people on the planet. As a writer, you have a gift to share, which has the ability to really honestly change the world forever. And we need it, right? We need more skilled, well-intentioned writers like you to step up and to share the truth and the joy and the love and the impact and all good things like never before. And if you're afraid, it's okay. It's okay to be afraid. Part of being courageous is feeling that fear. But I believe in you more than you know. And if you need to borrow some of that belief, just hang out with me as long as you need it, because that's what I'm here for. And if you found value in this podcast, would you consider doing me a favor? Take a screenshot of this episode and share it with 3 writers you know who could use more encouragement, because we all work to become the writers that we're meant to be and make the impact we're meant to have. Now, I want to hear from you. Who are you? Share this episode on Instagram and tell me what you thought of it and how the Beat the Block framework will help you, or if you've already tried it, how it did help you. But don't forget to tag me at Racheal Blackmore because I don't want to miss it. Let me leave you with one final thought. Will you commit to the skill and courage it takes to write and publish today? It could be the answer someone's searching for, and it could change their life and their family's life forever. I know you can do it, and we'll chat again soon. Wait, what? You mean it's over already? I know. The episode went by way too fast for me too. Tell you what, let's get together again later. Just click the link in the show notes to join me and a ton of other gifted writers just like you in our private WriterpreneuHER community. And remember, I'm here to equip, encourage, and empower you. So go to WriterpreneuHER.com to learn how you can up-level your skills and gain the confidence you need to share your gift with the world, make a massive impact, and change the future for you and your family.